apocalyptic devotee, and I'm here to discuss the future of this channel. Ever since I set up this channel, I had plans to make more videos. I really haven't uploaded shit. I've just been busy with other things like painting and working, carpentry, and all that stuff, and just haven't had time nor the motivation to make videos. But as I see that traditionalism is becoming more widely proclaimed and more widely taken on as a label by people, I think there's some important things that have to get out there about it that I feel are important from my perspective. And one of these things is really the lack of any real metaphysical practice within this scene called traditionalism. I don't really want to call it a movement because it doesn't seem to really be moving towards anything or anywhere, which is fine, because in this world we just kind of have to fight the greater holy war, is my opinion. We have to engage ourselves in deep meditation, constantly reminding ourselves of our connection to the divine, the connection to our ancestors through our connection to the divine, and how we all just need to really exercise from our lives much of what is in the mainstream pop culture nowadays. And I really don't see that happening. I see more, actually, that people are immersing themselves in the pop culture of today, in the movies, in the music, yada, yada, yada. And I don't, for one, that's poisoning ourselves. When we intake, most of what comes out of Hollywood is rubbish and poison. And I guess you can watch it to see what is being produced, to have a perspective on the opinions that are being created for people to have through movies and media and news and all that. But at the same time, if you're watching it from a perspective of being entertained by it, you lose your guard, and you are being formed by it yourself. And this is something that's very dangerous and bad for the whole scene, I will call it. I've really come to a point where I don't even want to call myself a traditionalist, because it really means nothing nowadays as far as any definition of any one type of worldview or one type of political thought. It's really just a hodgepodge of things and ideas and people, a lot of which I have no personal want or need to associate myself with. Such things like fourth political theories and national anarchisms and all that stuff. I mean, if people want to, that's fine, but I think a lot of times we have to be careful about what we're saying is traditionalism and what is not traditionalism. For me personally, political theories, for the most part, are not rooted in metaphysical traditionalism by any means. And it's just more diversions, more of a group for people to join, to be a part of, something that is not based in tradition at all as far as material or spiritual traditions are concerned. They're, once again, just political theories that expand into absurdity. So my whole approach to traditionalism, I will call it as a thing, not as what I am. I am not a traditionalist, but there is traditionalism. And so, to connect with tradition and to connect with the spirit of our forebears, we really need to first purge from our consciousness, from our area, from everything around us. We need to purge from our house most pop contemporary culture. And even by pop culture, I even mean black metal, whatever. It's poison. It's the antithesis of what is trying to be achieved by practicing traditional, that sounds funny to me, kind of, too, to practice traditional things, but to resurge that spirit, ancestral spirit within ourselves, to maintain that fire, that integrity, We must purge from our lives all of that stuff. All of that stuff is from the enemy. It is from the monetary magicians, and they create it in order to poison us and to keep people convinced of their own individualism to conformity. Look at tattoos nowadays. Everyone has one. No one would have one until the TV told them it was alright. The minute the TV told them it was alright, everyone has tattoos. So we gotta be careful about ourselves taking this stuff in and promoting these movies and promoting these authors and such that are not in league with us. Most movies are not in league with what we claim to believe and fight for and stand for. So first of all, in order to resurge your spiritual ancestors, you're going to have to be really picky about what's coming into your mind, because what comes into the mind affects the heart and the soul. And so you have to expunge from your life television, really. You have to get rid of incoming television because it is a thought controller. Even if you think you have the power to resist the thought control, it will seep in there to whatever degree if you're watching it every day.